So let's just look at what to do and what not to do when your client is experiencing an unconscious moment, or basically you notice that there is an unconscious moment. So it can come in many ways. It could just be a sigh. It could be them having a visualization or an emotion, a bodily sensation, something. And one thing that you really don't want to do is to tell your clients what to do with it. Because when we tell our clients what to do with something, one is we run the risk of limiting them. So they might actually do something because we tell them to, but had we allowed them to elaborate, had we allowed them the time to just sense that, they would have come to better conclusions. Or sometimes they simply reject it. And even though it would have been something positive for them to experience, they had they come up with it themselves, now they have rejected something, a resource. So one way that practitioners often deal with something that comes up, let's say a sensation in the throat or in the chest or in the tummy, is that we tell them to talk to them, to give it a name, to give it a color, to give it a shape, to to maybe um, take it out of the body, to roll it around. So some sort of activities, a way of engaging with it. And whilst this can be really playful and engaging and nice, it usually stays just there. So it doesn't have the impact that would have when the person stays with it. So, what is it that you can do instead? You can, and the best way to proceed when you notice an unconscious moment is to bring the attention on it. You bring the attention of your client on it. So they say, "Oh, my throat is really burning." Then you can echo it back. Your throat is burning. Right, your throat is burning. Instead of interpreting it, so that might mean because you want to speak up and you can't or whatever, instead of giving it a meaning, instead of being playful with it, uh, you could just echo it back. So the simplest way of saying what your client has said. So my throat is burning. Right, your throat is burning. And then silence, letting them stay with it. It is like being exposed to um, some sort of a sensation that usually creates discomfort, and it probably creates discomfort right now as well, but you are there to keep them safe. So they have this safety net. They have somebody who can intervene if it gets too intense, so that it doesn't become an abreaction, for instance. Uh, and the other thing that you can do afterwards, so let's say they stay with it, they might, because they are going internal, they are going unconscious as such by focusing on it. Then you can say, so what's happening now? So you want to bring their awareness to it, bring their focus on it, rather than escaping it or playing with it or interpreting it or giving it some meaning. You place focus on it. You allow them to sit with it, to be exposed to that feeling, because often what we need is just to experience that we can be with a sensation that is uncomfortable without having to suppress it, having to avoid it, having to run away from it. And then you can ask, so what is happening now? And they might actually go on to say, well, that reminded me of this, or I no longer feel it, but I feel something else. And then you inquire about that because you want them to experience this, you want them to connect with it, whatever their mind wants to connect with it, rather than interrupting that or limiting that or trying to go in a different direction, because this is the fastest way of helping them get that resolution, helping them get the results, and eliminate all those problems and whether that is emotional or cognitive, like distortion, cognitive distortions as well, that are there to fuel whatever the presenting problem is. So just to recap, what you don't want to do is, when there is an unconscious moment, is obviously avoid it. You will want to pay attention to it, so and work with it, but you don't want to interpret it. You don't want to give it a meaning, or you don't want to say to them what it is that they should do or shouldn't do. Instead, let them pay attention to it by bringing their attention to it. So you can echo it back, and then you can ask them, so what is happening now? So that they experience it and connect it with whatever needs to be connected to.